All right.
I just want to say right now that since you did some of the shit that you did last week, you know, you got new green screen up and everything. You know, Joe started firing people. You know, he didn't fire people when he was there, but I'm gonna fire a motherfucker while they there. Motherfucker, you fired, Curtis. You fired.
My bad.
Fuck, nah, fuck. Shit, y'all think y'all crazy, man.
I'm about to start my own podcast.
Yeah, you think I'm gonna fire? Y'all crazy.
Start the Rory and Kurt. Rory, Kurt, and Maul.
Good day, yo.
You know what I mean?
Kurt gonna go wrong.
I ain't want to tell you, but I've been planning this for a while. Ain't that
There you go.
What's up, man? R2G2
in the house.
My man.
Yeah, these new jokes.
My nigga.
Yeah. You said my
nigga.
My nigga. She said niggas.
Remember that?
Oh,
Who was
man.
it? That's some white chick. Talking about some
the sports.
The Los Angeles.
Yeah, I mean she straight up just said the Los Angeles niggas. I'm
right.
like, God damn.
Right. Sorry about some that's not what she said. So what you say? You're naked?
Oh man.
But anyway. So welcome to Triad Hip Hop Podcast. We're just getting started. We appreciate y'all checking us out.
Yep.
As usual, we're live on Facebook, YouTube, and we got Instagram going.
And then we got this joint with StreamYard going through you.
Yes, sir.
We got recording. This
is your man Kurt, and this is
Howie.
And this is actually episode 165. Yeah, man. We're climbing up there.
165.
Climbing up there.
To the east side.
Yo, we're not gonna count that last episode. That was a bonus episode, so that was me practicing.
You actually did a pretty good job, man. Let me give you a round of applause for that.
I appreciate
you actually really did a pretty good job. I did like the green screen and everything, like real talk though. But it's like, dang man, you until nigga gone, like make sure. Nah, I was like,
I knew it was an experiment, so I was like, if this shit get fucked up, at least it's just me.
Yeah.
It's
all good.
It wasn't crispy, but it was a good effort, you know.
Yeah,
so we give myself an A for effort. I get an honorary mention.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna still try to keep it going. Hopefully by the time this one gets chopped up for YouTube, hopefully I can add some green screen like we did on that one as well. So we'll see.
How was your week, man?
My week was pretty good, you know. Just, you know, working and you know, still trying to adjust to my new schedule. But you know, it's working out pretty good, you know what I mean? No complaints. Still, you know, you gotta deal with the customers all the time, you know, with their little attitudes, but you know, that is what it is. You know, we gotta just get past it. But other than that, man, other than wanting to strangle a person on my phone, I'm good. How's your week been?
It's been, first of all, I want to give myself a hand. I passed my spring semester classes.
Okay.
Boy,
my nigga.
Boy, I'm telling you, man.
My nigga.
I said, boy, everybody who prayed, I appreciate it, because, boy, I was doing some praying. I was about this throw, sacrificing chickens and shit.
Hey, I know how it is, man. When you cutting it close, you're like, shit, I need a miracle right now.
Boy, I'm telling you, man.
Yeah.
And, I'm doing my summer course, which it's not going too bad, per se. We're going to see how that goes.
Okay.
But, I'm doing that. And, man, just working, man. And trying to go back to the gym, trying to get swole for the lady.
Get swole on them.
Well, not swole, but now there's some stuff, like I'm trying to work on myself, man. My arms looking like the lady that make the potato salad. And that ain't cool for no dude. Like, it's all right for women, because you know what I'm saying, but that ain't cool for no dudes. So, I got to get that in check.
Yeah, man.
So
if I ever get it, I'm hoping it's like when I'm like 65, 75, something like that.
Yeah.
I don't need it right now.
Nah, you don't need it.
I gotta just get rid of the little bit of stomach I got. You know, that's the only thing I gotta work on. You know.
Yeah, that's what I gotta work on too. Which is crazy, because like my stomach is going down.
Okay.
I feel it's going down. It's just that I still gotta work on. It's like I gotta work on cutting down like my sides.
Yeah.
And actually like just tighten up. So that's what I'm trying to do.
That's what's up. So yeah, man. Before we go too far, we gotta acknowledge somebody we just lost. and that is comedian Paul Mooney, who was very pivotal in black culture, in comedy, in black culture in general, even in hip hop. I mean, Dave Chappelle had him on his show. He used to write for Richard Pryor back in the 70s. I mean, he's got a history. He wrote for Richard Pryor. He wrote for
I didn't know.
Fred Sanford, Red Fox.
Yeah, Red Fox.
Yeah,
I didn't know he did the Home and the Clown thing.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that either. But I could see that, man. He's funny, man. So he's worked, obviously now, he's worked with the Wayans. So yeah, I mean, dude was classic, man. All his material was classic because he just kept it 100. You know what I mean? He spoke his mind. He didn't filter nothing. You know what I mean? I think him and Dick Gregory had the most unfiltered speech.
Oh yeah. Let me tell you something, nigga. Everybody want to be a nigga, but nobody want to be a nigga.
That's I just like it.
Run that on t-shirt.
Everybody want to be a blank. So everybody want put that on the t-shirt.
That was cold as shit what he said. That was cold. It's like, damn, that's the truest shit.
They want your skin color, but they don't want your credit report.
No, they don't. Credit report. Every time to get stopped by the police.
Right.
Your banking score.
Man, listen. Did you see there's a video going around right now where this white dude gets pulled over by the cops, and I think his wife it was some female right next to him. He was an older guy, like maybe in his 50s, but he was talking mad junk to the cop. He was on the phone. He was like, yeah, I got your supervisor on the phone, bitch. Fuck you and this ticket and blah, 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 all this kind of shit. And the cop was just like, he just handed him the ticket like, you know what, I don't want no trouble. Now, had we done some shit like that,
no, we can't do that.
It would have been a different story. I mean, he was giving all kind of fingers and yelling.
That finger been shot off.
Right. He wouldn't even put his window down at first. You know what I mean? And then when it finally got to the point where the cop got tired, and the cop was like, all right, get the hell out the car, and he wouldn't get out the car, so the cop broke his window and dragged him out. Then he was trying to play the victim. Oh my God, what is this coming from? I didn't even do anything. Yeah. I was like, only one of them white privileged folks, not all of them are like that, but only one of those ones who feel like they got that privilege could pull that off. You know what I mean? That's like, dude, come on, man. But yeah, I gotta send that to you because it's funny, man.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
But anyway, I ain't mean to get off Paul Mooney real quick. So let's give him a moment of silence just to pay our respects to him. Alrighty. Thank y'all for doing that with us. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
And again, don't forget, hit all the buttons. We appreciate anything you can do to share the word. Hit the likes, shares, and subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Appreciate that.
Yep.
So yeah, and also I want to send some thoughts out to the victims of the little war that was going on in the Middle East with Palestine and Israel, because they've been going at that shit for years. And don't let me say this real quick, man. I don't want to get too political, but don't let people fool you into thinking that Palestine is the enemy and that Israel is just, we're just defending ourselves. No, trust me. Israel has some of the worst terrorists out there. And a lot of times when people like these groups like Hamas get tired of their shit and start attacking them, it's only because they've been attacked so damn much. Mm-hmm. So that's all I'm going to say. Don't get fooled into thinking this one is the enemy and this one is the good guy. Nah, they both go hard at each other. And most times it's the Israelis going at the Palestinians, and I just, hate that so many people losing their lives over this shit. But I think they finally called the end to it. So,
the thing of it is, when they did that treaty in the, what was it, in the 1930s, 1940s,
mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, they pretty much kicked the Palestinians out of that land.
Yeah.
And then made it, an Israeli state. Yeah. That's what they did. Yeah. That's why they fight.
Yeah, they forced them out. I mean, that's why, they can't get no rest, because you can't just force people out of their own land. Yeah. You know what I mean? Everybody want to claim religion. Well, my religion said this is our land. Well, my religion said it's ours. And
what trips me out too, and I'm gonna say this: it's like the evangelical Christian, you know, they be like, oh, we got to side with Israel. But it's like you said, man, Israel do some of the most dirtiest shit.
Yeah, man.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not saying, and not all those people out there, because there was actually people in Israel, like, you know, the actual civilians, like, look, we shouldn't be doing this.
Right.
I mean, they Ramadan month too, man. They mind their business. Israel's like, yeah, we just gonna let that thing go. We just gonna kick. I mean, exactly. I'm like, dang,
ridiculous,
son.
Man.
That's crazy.
Yep.
And then I had people on there talking about, I think I seen the video, and I just saw clips of it, so I don't know how credible it is. So, it's really, man, it's like, yeah, you know, they just unclean. They just, you know, these kids, yes, well, you killing innocent kids, but they just deserve to go to hell because they unclean. I'm like, well, dang, son.
Right.
Like, you just gonna kill, like, someone, like, 7, 10 years old and stuff like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, little dude that just came up, man, like that, like someone like that deserves to die because they're not born.
Exactly.
You
right.
Like,
exactly.
Get the fuck out of here, man.
Yeah, man. That shit is crazy. But yeah, so you know, well, my thoughts and our prayers and everything go out to those people they lost because it's been a lot of lives lost. I'm sure on both sides, but either way. All right. So you had a question of the day for today. You want to go ahead and throw that out there?
Question of the day is in honor of Biggie's birthday. If Big and Pac were living, because we have to talk, well, not have to talk about both, but, you know, they're pretty much synonymous in hip-hop history. But if they were living, would they eventually squash their beef and collab with each other? My answer to that is yes. I think they would. And as a matter of fact, I think, respectfully, Pac and Big would left Death Row and Bad Boy, respectfully. I think they would have did that One Nation thing. I tell you one thing would have been crazy. Pac, Big, and Nas forming a group. That was shit on everything.
Mm-hmm.
Even have Jay-Z come in and come out for features.
Yeah, man.
That was shit.
Would have been tremendous.
That would have been like Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
Right there.
Man, listen.
That'd be crazy.
That would be unstoppable. I'm sure it would have been an instant classic. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, you get somebody like Jay-Z to come in for some songs. Get somebody like AZ to come in for some songs. Man, listen. Corrupt here and there.
Yep.
Come on, man. That would have dominated the whole hip-hop industry.
I think especially like if they did that, let's say, we'll see, all that shit was in 96, 97. I say I'll give it 3 years. Let's say 2000. Let's say 2000 they actually kind of leave. Mm-hmm. They get shit together. And they start really working with each other. You know, because now that's one thing I will give to both, even though a lot of people outside forces gaslighted. They really would, both of them, in their own way, was really trying to make shit right. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, we can't be dividing this up. Like, even Pac was like, look, I'm 149 pounds. Like,
right.
You think, like, me? Like, I'm not that bad. Exactly. That's what he said to, like, Greg Nice.
Right.
That shit was hilarious on that interview. Greg Nice, like, Pac's like, yo, you smoke weed, Greg? It's like, yeah, roll up, nigga. He just
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was just that kind of dude. He was just that kind of dude, you know?
But yeah, I just like to, you know what I'm saying? I would love to see them really, you know, around 2000, 2001. And, you know, let's say even with like Nas and Jay-Z, that Ether and Takeover probably wouldn't have happened.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think they would, you know, I think Nas would still be kind of like in some trouble. But I think even to not necessarily save his career, but to get him out.
Right.
I think if Pac and Big was still here and they's like, hey man, we left Death Row, we left Bad Boy, we working on something, you know, y'all come check us out.
Yeah. Bam.
And then it just from there.
Yeah.
Man, that'd been crazy, man. Think about that fucking Mobb Deep.
Man.
Like Pac, Big, and Nas.
Exactly.
God damn.
Hip hop would not be the same. Half of the rappers that's rapping right now would not be rapping.
No.
Because, I mean, you would have to still have talent, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean
it's just not a lot of talent. There's some talent out here, but it's not a lot.
Nah.
So
speaking of which, did you get the chance to listen to the J. Cole album? Did we even talk about that?
I only heard like 2 songs. So and what I heard is really good. So I'm definitely loving it. But I only heard 2, but I'm definitely planning on buying it too.
Yeah, I actually listened to it. We me and my girl, we streamed it. She a J. Cole fan.
Okay.
And we got rep North Carolina, because we from North Carolina.
Yeah, absolutely.
I thought it was a pretty okay album. I mean, there were some people giving it some hate, like, oh, it was trash. But
for real?
I think it was mixed. I think, everybody thinks, like, certain rapper come out, like, it's got to be, kind of like the Kwame Brown situation. Like, everybody thinks, like, if you don't come out at a certain level, like, you're not selling. Like, we gotta trade you. We gotta,
Right.
And I think sometimes it's okay for, like, someone like a J. Cole to, I ain't gonna necessarily say miss, but put out, like, okay, that was all right. And a lot of people gravitate. He still got some stuff here and there. I mean, because sometimes like a mediocre project might be a stepping stone to a greater project.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true. I agree.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it ain't, sometimes, everything being like, bam, 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 like, sometimes that's not like, I mean, it's good to have it if you got it, but that's not, everybody ain't like that.
Yeah.
And I think, especially in this industry, I think people forget and they just don't understand how to. And I'm not telling you, like, if something trash, you have the right to call it trash. But it's just funny, like, people that actually have talent, they trash, but then people that just, they look like 2 shitty draws or some shit. And it's like, and the shit's obviously whack. They cape for those guys.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, come on, like, this shit is just, it should be the other way around.
It should be.
Yeah. So
now, as far as J. Cole goes, I've only heard like a handful of reviews, and they've all been positive. So I actually haven't heard any negative reviews yet.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sure there will be. Like you said, some people out there is gonna say it's trash. As far as the question of the day, I do think that Big and Pac would have eventually squashed this situation and done more collaborations, because they had already done 1 or 2 songs together, you know what I mean, and they were solid songs, so it's like, they work well together, I think so. I think because of that history, I think they would have eventually squashed it, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
But anyway, let me go into some birthdays real quick so we can kind of give some shout outs real quick. So back on the 19th, one birthday I missed is not hip hop, but my man Malcolm X.
Oh no, Malcolm X.
Gotta give him a shout out.
Malcolm X is honorary hip hop.
Yeah. So rest in peace and happy birthday.
Yeah, Malcolm X. If Malcolm X was given the mic, he would be the dangerous rapper alive.
Yeah, man.
Bar none.
Maybe like the last poets, man.
Yeah.
When they stepped on the mic, it was killing it.
Yeah, I think with Malcolm X, I think like he would probably have to be taught the rap and the rhythm.
Right.
I think maybe someone else might be able to write his bars as if he was doing. But nah, Malcolm X, I mean, especially like the 80s and stuff, like his message, that Minister Farrakhan, Honorable Elijah Muhammad, all that is in that music.
Right.
So yeah, Malcolm X is hip hop.
I agree.
Let me throw the.
I definitely agree. So happy birthday and rest in peace to him. His name when he died was Malik El-Shabazz. So actually, if you want to go technical, El-Hajj Malik El-Shabazz, because he had made his pilgrimage to Mecca. So after that, you can put the El-Hajj in front of your name. So also, happy birthday goes out yesterday to Ron Isley. I know he's not hip hop, but my man got so much swag. I had to throw him in
He
there.
hip hop too, goddamn it.
I had to throw him in there.
Nah, shit, man. Nah, Ron hip hop, man. I don't give a fuck, man. Hell, you wouldn't have half these rap, man. Shit. Half these rappers wouldn't be here without Ron, boy.
Exactly.
With the smooth shit.
Exactly.
You know, shit.
I was probably born off of Ron Isley.
Hell, I know I was, goddamn. Earth, Wind, Fire, Luther.
Well, man,
I was conceived.
Man, listen. But yeah, so happy birthday to Ron Isley. Also, of course, we did, as I mentioned last week, yesterday was Biggie's birthday, so we're going to give him a happy birthday once again. We're going to have to talk about Biggie a little bit more before the show's over. Today, happy birthday goes to my man MC8 of the West Coast, one of the icons from the West Coast.
Yeah.
Man, that dude, man, he had, that's what I liked about MC8. He just had his own swag, his own style, you know.
Kind of like the E40 with his. Yeah, man. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that don't really get,
MC8 was a little bit more on my radar than E40. E40 was cool, but I just wasn't bumping E40 too much, more so than MC8. But MC8 was definitely my dude, and you know, really appreciate what he brought to the game. Also today, one of the legends from the old school Africa Baby Band from the Jungle Brothers.
All
so
right.
we got to give a happy birthday to him. Also, on the 24th, coming up in a couple of days, my man from the 90s, MC Brains. You remember him?
I've heard of him. I didn't hear any of his projects.
He was like a 1 or 2 hit wonder, you know.
Yeah.
So he made 1 or 2 good songs, and then you never heard of him
What
again.
What song did he?
I can't remember the names of them, but
I'm gonna look him up.
If I play them for you, I bet you remember.
I probably remember, or at least I might have heard maybe someone else sampled some of his stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
he was cool. Also coming up on the 24th, my man G-Eazy got a birthday, and also the legend himself, Heavy D. You know what I mean? So let's give them, we'll give them all claps in a minute. So yeah, Heavy D, rest in peace to him. Coming up on the 26th, the female phenom, Lauryn Hill, happy birthday to her. Yeah, man. And then we got a lot coming up on the 27th. On the 27th, we got my man Chi Ali.
All right.
We got Lisa Lopez, a.k.a. Left Eye.
R.I.P.
Man, she had some of the dopest rhymes to me, man. Even though she was part of an R&B group, she had so much... you know, so many bars, man. You know, you could tell she could roast some people. Also on the 27th, Andre 3000, my man 3 Stacks. Happy birthday.
3 Stacks.
And Jada Kiss.
Wyo!
You know what I mean?
Wyo!
You know what I mean? And then one more on the 27th, my man, the icon from the old school, Spoonie G. Happy birthday to him. And then one more on the 28th, my man Chubb
Rock, my man.
Yep. The bad Chubbs. Let's give them all happy birthdays and some skibbity claps. Yeah, man.
Hey, them May babies are crazy, man.
Yeah, man.
All that.
A lot of stuff. And there's some more coming up after that, too. You know, like on the last couple of days of the month. But I'm going to let that go to next week.
Yeah.
But,
it's like my family, man. Like a lot of my family born in May.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Yeah. We July people, the minority.
A lot of...
But we cooler, though. I'm just going to let y'all know that right now.
I got a lot of Januaries. I got a lot of Januaries in my family, and I think a few Julys. But yeah.
The January one, well, yeah, my ex was a Capricorn, though. She was a January baby.
Okay.
Well, I mean, they all right, though. They all right. I ain't gonna hate, because I don't know, they might come and get me.
Right.
Beat my ass.
Well, anyway, we can move on to some new music. So we got a few things coming out. My man Benny the Butcher just dropped an album called Trust the Sopranos.
Okay.
I think it's a collab album, but I didn't get all the information, but I just saw it and saw the track listing, but it seems like a pretty dope album from what I can tell. Also, we still got the DMX album coming up at the 28th of the month. So by this time next week, that should be out. Then we got my man Phife Dawg. His album is still supposed to be coming out. From what I understand, it's also said at the end of the month, but I don't know the exact date. So we're going to see what happens with Phife Dawg's album. I'm excited for that one, too. I think it's called Phife Forever. So, yeah. My man Necro, I don't know if any of y'all familiar with him. This dude is crazy with the bars. He has a new song out called Jewish Gangsters.
Okay.
It go hard, man, because he's actually Jewish himself. And so, he kind of throws a lot of Jewish slang in there. I mean, but, he always got some hardcore bars.
Nah, he nice. I have to give it to him. And then
he does a lot of horrorcore type stuff. You know what I mean?
He nice.
Yeah. You're going to hear about chopping heads and blood and guts and all that type of shit in his rhymes. You know what I mean? So, shout out to Necro.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on to some topics. First, I want to give a shout out to the Universal Hip Hop Museum.
Oh yeah,
that's going to be opening up in the Bronx. They just had their groundbreaking ceremony within the past 48 hours, and a lot of big time rappers showed up. Man, a lot of classic ones like MC WD. She was there. You know what I mean?
MC
Shaw Rock was there.
I shouted her out on my Instagram. I said, "Looking good, Queen." She liked my joint.
That's what's up, man. Yeah, Shaw Rock is pretty cool. She's responded to a couple of our posts on Try Hip Hop a couple of times. So, because she had invited us to come to one of her Shaw Rock days in New York one time, and it was right before the pandemic jumped off. So I was like, dang. Because I was like, maybe we can try to, go see her. She was doing some shows here in the South, something like that. So anyway, she was there. Nas was there. I saw Nas.
That was awesome.
I think I saw Diddy in the audience. Swiss Beats, I think, was there. I saw a bunch of big name people. Dang, I can't remember. It was like two or three more. I want to say MC Light, Fat Joe.
Fat. That's the one I saw. Fat Joe with Shaw Rock.
Yeah. And Busy B, I think, was there.
The ball.
Yeah, man, it's my dude.
Yeah.
So anyway, shout out to them, man. I'm glad they finally had that because, they've been talking about the museum for a long time. This is much needed. Yeah, it's not going to be fully open until 2023.
Okay.
So that shows you what kind of big project they're trying to do. They're trying to make this a huge project, not just some old rinky-dink. You in there and out in 5 minutes. You know what I mean?
Nah.
This is going to be a huge project. So they're taking the time to get it done right. You know what I mean? So shout out to them.
Yeah, me throw the applause on.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. It's just really good to see artists coming together because the thing of it is hip hop is just something so big.
Yeah.
Like it's big, even like it's bigger than the biggest artists if you really think about it.
Right.
How big this thing is.
Yeah.
And what has really played in people's life. People that don't really like it still have to succumb to it.
Right.
If you really think about it.
Exactly.
Because it's everywhere, man. It's everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We as black people, original melanated people created.
Yeah, man.
And never forget that.
Yep. It's the most influential music out there right now.
And we created rock, jazz, even fucking classical. Mozart's black. I didn't know if you knew that or not, but Mozart's black. Motherfucker.
I heard my man Beethoven was black.
I heard that too.
Yeah, I need to research that, but
I've heard about that too.
I don't know for sure, but I heard that. Anyway, I wanted to touch a little bit on the whole situation with the Joe Budden podcast and how he fired Rory and Mal. Real quick, as far as I know, it seems like they might be doing their own podcast now.
Yeah, let me clap that.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to that because I think it was Mal who put on his Instagram page a logo that said Rory and Mal, and it looks like the start of something that's supposed to be, their whole show. Whether it's a podcast or a vlog, I don't know, but it's going to be something.
And Mal, just to shout you out, the way you do your hat, the NY joint is cool. But you need to have that inverted because that's your trademark, man.
Yeah.
And I think people would gravitate, towards that. They'd be like, oh, that's just dope.
Yeah.
Just throwing that out there.
Just throwing it out there.
You can take it. You can take it. That's a free one.
If we see it, we'll know it came from.
Yeah. That's a free one. That's a free one.
Money. We just wanted
like, hey, shout out them two niggas on the podcast.
Right.
Came up with that idea.
Yeah,
just
man.
free.
And anybody who's checking us out, please don't forget, share this, invite anybody you know to the podcast. If you know anybody who loves hip hop, authentic hip hop, hip hop culture, You know, whether it's old school or new, you know, we support all good hip hop. You know what I mean?
Old school, new school, old school.
If your shit is whack, you know, I can't do nothing for you. But I don't care what year you was born. You could have been born in 2001. If you're doing good hip hop, you're doing good hip hop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but yeah, just hit those buttons: like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, subscribe.
All
right. So. But yeah, what do you think? Do you think they'll go ahead and do a podcast?
They need to, man. It's just even I know I heard the trash of people saying like, yeah, well, we didn't really know about them before Joe put them on this, that, the third. But the thing of it is, and don't get me wrong, Joe could replace them. I get that, but I really think as far as the chemistry and stuff goes, Roy and Maul have good. They made the show.
Yeah,
they really made the show. I mean, I don't get me wrong. I did tune in for Joe, but sometimes some shit that Maul was saying was like real cool. Roy is more on like the business side. I mean, he was a fanboy too on certain things like DMX and things like that. But on the business side, sometimes listen to Roy. Like, yeah, it's cool. It was a good balance. Right. It really was a good balance. It was good. You know, you had two black people in there. You had technically two white because Parks, is a part of it. And let me say this shit here. Parks, if you listening, which I know you probably not, but if you are, you probably need to shut the fuck up. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. You don't need to be in it. What I'm referencing to is Maul and Roy's rebuttal when they were talking about putting the money back into the podcast. Maul kept saying, Parks.
He was emphasizing
you
that.
need to shut the fuck up. Yeah. You might get hurt. Yeah. And I'm not saying that as a threat. I'm just saying, like, to me, this is two friends fighting. You know what I'm saying? And from Park's perspective, and I didn't mean to jump on this, but from Park's perspective, I can understand rolling with, okay, this is the dude that pay me. This is the dude that give me stuff. Yeah. This is the dude, I'm going to roll with that dude. But to really show loyalty, this is like a marriage.
Yeah.
If you think about it. Because I've actually went through this with a friend. When their wives or a spouse, they break up, the one dude wants you to do so much stuff, and then they're going to end up hurting you. They're going to get back together, and you're going to get hurt.
Right. This
is what's going to happen in the Parks if we don't shut the fuck up. Yeah. He should just leave it alone. Yeah. He should, and it's cool if he ride with Joe. That's fine. But don't say shit. Right. Just like, oh, okay, all right, all right. Yeah, and just do your job. Be behind the board.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's it. But yeah, Parks need to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I agree.
He gonna get hurt.
Because he
gonna get hurt.
And I'm gonna say this. This is my opinion about the whole Joe Budden podcast in general. Joe Budden, I never was that big into Joe. I only watched the podcast if they, number one, if they talked about a certain topic I just wanted to hear about, or number two, they said Joe spazzed out about something. Because, with him being bipolar, which he has said that himself, I'm not just saying that, he has that maniacal side of him that just kind of loses, himself and goes in. So sometimes you just tune in just for a little drama. But other than that, I really wasn't that big on the podcast. And for me, Rory and Maul brought a balance to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When he was too much up here, they would kind of bring it back down to where, they work right in the middle. Instead of always just being Joe and going crazy and all of that shit. Not that he was going crazy, but I'm just saying sometimes he goes in a little too hard.
I'll go.
No, I was just gonna say that's what messed him up with Eminem. You know what I mean? So
that's another thing too that a lot of people were saying while I listened to some other folks. And a lot of people say, sometimes the common factor was Joe. The State of the Union thing, that was Joe. Everyday struggle, that was Joe. Like, a Slaughterhouse could have been possibly one of the greatest hip-hop groups ever.
Yeah.
It was Joe. You know what I'm saying? And the thing of it is, it's just like... Now, the only thing I will say about with Maul and Roy is like, what do you think you see this pattern. What makes y'all special? You know what I'm saying? As far as like the whole, oh, and he ain't gonna do and shit on us.
Yeah.
And it's like, Joe just don't have any loyalty to anybody. And let me say this real quick too. Joe's rants, some of the rants I respect. Like that shit he did with Charlemagne when he was talking about like, working and doing the whole thing and how like, Joe's the owner of his stuff and then like Charlemagne, he still gets a check from, I forgot, whoever works over iHeart.
Yeah.
In the hot 97. It's what is it? Because hot 97 is Ebro, but the other
I can't remember.
But anywho, he still gets a check for them. It's like, yeah, we're not the same. So I like those rants.
Yeah.
But when it came to something like, and we talked about this, when Leon Cohen, or should I say LC, so we don't get fucking blocked.
Right.
But anyway, so we don't get the little 2 cents we don't get demonetized. Shut y'all niggas up.
Right.
Fuck y'all. But anyway, so when LC, when someone brought up LC, particularly Dame Dash, when he brought him up and that whole thing that happened in 2017, he was like, well, I respect both of these men. I'm not going to talk bad about these men. But when it comes to somebody else, like when it's something else, and especially when how trivial it is, it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, why are you spazzing out on them like
exactly.
that? You know what I'm saying? How come you ain't spazzing out on Cohen?
Right.
Exactly. I mean, I know why. Don't get me wrong. I know why, but why not?
Why not?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I agree.
So it's just those type of things.
Yeah.
It's just funny.
But yeah, man, I mean, it is what it is, man. But I wish Rory and Maul, the best of luck. And I hope that they get to really find their niche when it comes to this podcasting thing. Because, I mean, they, I will say most of the energy of the show did come from Joe. So they were just there to kind of balance him out. When he got too energetic, okay, let's normalize it for a minute. So hopefully they can find some sort of energy or niche that will help them to stand out so they won't just be some other podcast. You know what I mean? I think they'll offer great perspectives on stuff. I just hope that they can find something that'll help them stand out so that it's not just, it's just some couple of guys doing a podcast.
Now, I will say this, even them sitting down and talking, they definitely have good chemistry.
Yeah.
That's one thing I will say about that.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
I have to admit, though, I always thought it was weird, the whole setup of the Joe Budden podcast with the 2 on the couch and the 1 high chair up here.
Oh, yeah, Maul.
Yeah, that was just like, I don't understand that, And I think they did have some back and forths about that over the years or whatever, but... I'm sure they got past it, you know what I mean? But yeah, I always just thought it was weird. But anyway, like I said, best of luck to them. I will definitely check it out if they do a podcast. Speaking of podcasts, I almost forgot. Y'all really need to check out Dave Chappelle's new podcast.
Yeah, I've been meaning to check that out.
Yeah, with Mos Def and Yassine Bey.
Yeah.
Yassine Bey and Tyler Qualley is what I meant to say. I'm saying it all wrong.
So it says it's a Luminary. That's an app you have to download?
I think so. I know they have a Instagram page, but you don't get the whole show or anything.
Yeah.
They give you some small clips, but yeah, I think you either have to download that or some other app to watch it. Yeah. But it's called the Midnight. Dang it, I forgot that quick. The Midnight something.
How many episodes they have already?
Probably like less than 5.
Okay.
Maybe like 2 or 3, if anything.
Yeah, I'll definitely check that out, man.
But yeah, the snippets I've heard sound really good. So anyway,